I'm stepping into the shoes of a documentary-style YouTuber to unpack CNC's Fort St. James campus closure. No boring recitation here, we're going to think out loud, connect the dots, and tease out what this means beyond the headline. What just happened at CNC Fort St. James? The campus is shutting its physical doors as of March 31st, but the college isn't leaving Fort St. James behind. The core idea is simple on the surface. A campus closes. The deeper story? It's about how communities stay fed with education when money and policy collide with local needs. Personally, I think the move signals a shift from brick-and-mortar presence to a more flexible, demand-driven approach. What makes this really interesting is that a flagship regional campus, long tied to local identity, is transitioning to a hybrid model, online, blended, and mobile delivery, while still promising local impact. First takeaway: this isn't about abandoning Fort St. James. It's about retooling the delivery mechanism to fit today's realities. The college mentioned a commitment to education and training opportunities that meet the needs of local learners and employers, even without a physical campus. From my perspective, that signals a strategic pivot, recognizing that the actual value lies in access to training more than a building. If you take a step back and think about it, the real question is whether online and community-based programming can replicate or even surpass the traditional campus's role in workforce development. A detail I find fascinating is how they're pairing online/blended courses with mobile programs when there's demand, plus partnerships with local employers. This points to a future where education travels with the labor market, not the other way around. Second takeaway: the revenue pressures are real. The report mentions a federal policy change reducing international student admissions, which has hit CNC's finances. In my opinion, international students have been a significant revenue and diversity driver for many Canadian institutions. When that channel tightens, colleges like CNC must compensate with local learners, short-term training, and partnerships. What this really suggests is a broader trend: the need for resilient, diversified funding models that aren't as exposed to one-off policy shifts. People often misunderstand how fragile a regionally focused college can be when faced with enrollment swings. The implication is that we should expect more experimentation with micro-credentials, employer co-funded programs, and shorter, targeted trainings that meet immediate labor market needs. Third takeaway: the community angle remains central. CNC cites forums and ongoing community-based programming as vehicles to keep a foothold in Fort St. James. From my vantage, this isn't cosmetic messaging. It's about preserving a local knowledge pipeline. What many don't realize is that physical campuses historically anchored local economies and identity. Removing the building doesn't have to erase those ties if the program design stays embedded in local facilities and partnerships. This approach could become a blueprint for other rural or remote regions. Convert underutilized spaces into hubs for short courses, apprenticeships, and upskilling, while leveraging online platforms to widen reach. Deeper insight: this shift echoes a broader macro trend, the de-dollarization of campus life. If you zoom out, you can see a movement from occupancy-heavy models to flexible access. The bigger pattern is education as a service. Modular, demand-driven, regionally connected, and less dependent on a single campus's footprint. A longer-term implication is that local labor markets gain more influence over curriculum design, since offerings must align with what employers actually need today, not what a former entitlement-based model assumed would be needed down the line. Closing thought: Fort St. James's story isn't a cautionary tale about decline. It's a case study in adaptation. The question I'm left with, and I'll throw it to you, the audience, is this: as institutions shift toward hybrid and mobile delivery, how do we ensure quality, equity, and community cohesion stay front and center? If you've experienced education through a campus, a hub, or online, which format served you best and why? If you found this analysis helpful, drop a comment with your take on rapid shifts in regional education. Do you think this hybrid, high local impact model is the future for rural colleges? Or will traditional campuses endure because of in-person community value? I'll be reading and replying. Thanks for watching.